Hey, I'm NeverLag, and this is my quick review for Saros. This game is really dope. It's really quite dope, and you should play it. It's never gonna move units like God of War, but it is absolutely a game worth owning a PS5 for. Starting with the gameplay, which is 10 out of 10. Housemarque have truly mastered this arcade third-person shooter action roguelite bullet hell combination that moves incredibly fast and feels so good to control moment to moment. The sound design is also 10 out of 10, and I think it is a shining example of what sound design can accomplish and just how much it can add to the experience and immersion of playing a video game. More studios need to put more effort into their sound design because it makes a big difference, especially when combined with the extremely well utilized haptics of the DualSense controller. Now, would you believe me if I said that the art design and visuals of Saros are also 10 out of 10? Because they are, and they might just be the best part of Saros. The art team truly knocked it out of the park here. Every single environmental design, backdrop, set piece, skybox, you name it, is visually stunning from start to finish. They've clearly taken some inspiration from things like Destiny with the sci-fi meets fantasy, Dark Souls, Control, and they've put it all together, and they have created some of the coolest looking locations I've ever seen in a video game. Speaking of set pieces, the boss list here in Saros is shockingly phenomenal. A huge step up from Returnal, and one that I think could go toe-to-toe with just about any other video game. The roster of bosses here is extensive. They are all visually unique spectacles that are interesting, fun to fight, memorable, and consistently had me on the edge of my seat. The other thing that impressed me about Saros was the scope of the game. A huge step up from Returnal once again. As mentioned, there's an extensive boss list, many environments to go through. At one point I thought I was at the end of the game, and it turned out I was only 60% of the way through the game. So really impressed with what Housemarque have put together here, and by the end of it I was extremely satisfied with the amount of content on offer. A huge complaint that many people had about Returnal was the design of the roguelite elements and the fact that there were really no checkpoints, and Housemarque have clearly taken that criticism and improved it here in Saros. Every time you reach a new region or environment, that's a new checkpoint. And even if you return to the hub to upgrade or carry out various RPG-like mechanics, you can then restart any run from any checkpoint. Or you can go to the very beginning and do a full run from the start. It's player choice, and it's a huge quality of life improvement that functionally I thought worked very well. I found myself doing a bit of both throughout my entire playthrough. When it comes to criticisms I have of Saros, it starts with the roguelite elements. This game really doesn't succeed at being a roguelite, at making each run feel different or like you can create interesting builds. The artifact system continues to be uninteresting, just as it was in Returnal. A lot of these cursed artifacts have negative traits that vastly outweigh any benefit you would get from them, and as a result I find myself just not engaging with a large portion of the artifact system, which is not fun. To go along with that, I think the weapons in Saros are a pretty clear downgrade from Returnal, where I enjoyed pretty much all of the weapons. But here in Saros, there's 50-60% of the weapons or variants that I just didn't have fun using, or felt like they weren't properly play tested for the type of gameplay that Saros has. The most egregious part of Saros is the facial capture and NPC animations. We're talking a generation or two behind, and it's very glaring when the rest of the game is so technically sound and current gen. It's immersion breaking, and it's unfortunate in a game that is clearly trying to do more with its story than Returnal did, and I think succeeds in the story category. I think this is a pretty good story with a good conclusion, but the the interactions, the NPC animations and facial capture, it's rough. That's really it though, as far as criticisms I have of Saros. This is an excellent game. Shout out to Housemarque for putting out a game at launch that looks and runs fantastically from a technical standpoint. Should you play Saros? I don't know you, but yeah, probably. You should probably play Saros. This should be on a short list of Game of the Year contenders for 2026. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.